Hello, I am Cody Butler on the 5 Minute Bark, and I'm here today to share with you how you can get to a place in your life where you can do whatever you want, wherever you want, whenever you want, without time or financial consideration. You know, I don't want to get religious on this podcast. That's not what I'm here. But the Bible talks about a death and a resurrection. It's the same thing. It's like who you are today has to die, and you have to be resurrected into a new person. That's what has to happen if you want to change your life from where you are now to where you want to go in the future. You have to die, and there has to be a resurrection into a new life, and that has to happen at a DNA level. You know, if that doesn't happen, change is not going to happen. And I'll give you a good example. I mean, I go through this all the time. I have a friend I jumped on Skype with the other day, and I said, the guy you talked to last week's gone. He's not here anymore. He wasn't cutting it. He was a nice guy, and, you know, he was nice to hang out with, but he wasn't getting the job done. He's not here anymore. That guy's gone. Who you're talking to now looks like him, but this is a new person. A cellular change happened at a DNA level to where there was a resurrection into a new person. So you got to decide that. That's step number one. You've really got to decide that that's what you want. The second step is you've got to understand that you will become the lowest version of yourself, not the highest version of yourself. And what I mean by that is you can say, I would love to make $200,000 a year, but I would be okay with 50. Well, guess what you're going to end up with? You're going to end up with the lowest version of yourself. You're going to end up living with the lowest person you can tolerate, the least person you can tolerate. So we stop at what's easy. We're inherently lazy as human beings. So whatever the least amount we'll settle for is what we end up with. So when you understand that, and again, I quote Tony Robbins all the time, the secret to this is raising your standards. You've got to raise your standards. You know, and if you say something like anything that ends in a but, or anywhere that ends in a but, forget everything that came before the but. I would love to make $100,000 a year, but, well, forget it. You're not going to make $100,000 a year. I would love to invest in myself, but, well, you're never going to invest in yourself. Because the but is what you're willing to settle for, right? The but is the lowest version of yourself, and we can be, you know, very optimistic or whatever, you know, have a rosy outlook on life, but the reality is, the truth is, and it's the truth that will set you free and get you to where you want to go, the truth is you will end up being the lowest version of yourself.
You're watching the 5 Minute Bark podcast on YouTube. If you like this episode, you just may like many more. Subscribe today by clicking the red subscribe button in the top right-hand corner.